Good morning and welcome to Beginning the Day with God on Friday the 20th of September. We opened our worship this morning with Margaret Ritzer's Creator God. We awaken.
To the ripening of the grain.
We awaken.
To the rising of the bread.
We awaken.
To the abundance of the earth.
For your name, O God,
is fullness of life, without measure, flowing over, more than enough for all.
As your spirit pulses through creation, we celebrate our dependence upon the earth and the generosity of your being. Let this day be one of gathering and giving.
Amen.
This is the time of the promised gifts, of seeds grown, of crops cut, of sunflowers turning to the light.
In your grace, let us know what love is coming to birth, within us and within our world, and help us to welcome it. Amen.
Amen. Our reading this morning as we journey through this season of creation comes from chapter 10 of Matthew's Gospel, and we listen to verse 29. Jesus said, "Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care." Thanks be to God.
Continuing our creation-themed reflections, Richard Clarkson writes the following today. We had a young baby at the time, so I was used to getting up early in the morning. But on this particular day, it was for a different reason. We were coming to the end of a week of lectures about Christianity and the environment, where we had studied all sorts of theologians and traditions and had engaged in some wholehearted debates around these issues. On the final morning, for something a bit different, our tutors invited us to join them in the woods behind the college at 4 a.m. to hear the dawn chorus. As we gathered bleary-eyed in the gloom, we stood in silence. For about 20 minutes there was nothing to be heard, and we began to wonder whether it had been worth getting out of a nice warm bed for this. Then the first bird, a robin, began to warm up. Before long, others had plucked up the confidence to join in, and as they did, our tutors expertly identified them: thrushes, finches, warblers, and more. As the day grew lighter, the song grew louder, and at some point our little gathering turned from a study group exercise into a profoundly moving time of prayer, led by the countless creatures into whose woods we had stumbled. Most of these birds we probably wouldn't give a second thought to if they flew past us in the daylight. Yet this encounter was a reminder that they are loved and cared for by their Creator, and they respond to that love and care by pouring out their souls and their songs in the early light of dawn. As Mary Oliver says in her poem, "I happened to be standing. I thought of the wren singing. What could this be if it isn't prayer? So I just listened." If the opportunity arises today, spend time just listening. How will your fellow creatures lead you in prayer? Amen.
I've forgotten my glasses.
I'll carry on.
You carry on, I'll go and get them.
A song of the dawn. Our steps have crossed the darkness, And now we see your light on the quiet earth. Under the leafless trees we glimpse the coming growth. You take our small faith, our human weakness, and multiply our joy and confidence. For the word of life is born in our world, a word to break the power of oppression, a word that stops the march of war, a word that speaks from the child's heart. It is a word that will never be silenced, a joy that will be made complete, for we are your children, and the word is born within us.
We join together now in the Lord's Prayer, saying,
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
A blessing on our gathering, the harvest of love's seeds, and a blessing on our giving, born of fearless strength.
A blessing on the first fruits, the taste of heaven's plenty. A blessing on the opening road, the energy to start anew.
This blessing we ask of her, the seed of creation, the bread of life, the spirit of the wild. Amen.